Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Monday, October 28th, 2024. Now, on the various beats that we're covering, let's start with Eric Adams. Eric Adams, the mayor of the city of New York, indicted. He has a court appearance this Friday, but in the run-up, his lawyer, Elex, has asked for a faster than requested SIPA, Classified Information Procedures Act schedule, because he insists that he wants trial by March 2025 so he can run for mayor. Of course, there was a Bronx event with nearly all the other candidates, but not Andrew Cuomo, who is reputed to be looking at the spot if Adams is knocked out. So there's that. On the Sean Combs front, one of the civil cases involves an alleged assault on a John Doe at a Ciroc vodka event. The assault was stopped by professional athlete A, who's yet to be announced. The judge in that case has set us an initial conference. When? January 2025. So that's how civil litigation goes. But interestingly enough, although there's a request for a brief on why the John Doe should remain nameless, there was no request that the name of professional athlete 1 or of John Doe be disclosed to the judge to ensure no conflict and need for recusal, which is something that Judge Furman across the street has requested. So we continue to compare and contrast those cases. Now, of course, Trump and Harris, they're down to the wire. We did a song. We covered various things, but at the state level, there's been a lot of litigation, most of which seems to be going in a blue direction. Virginia had wanted to look at its roles to remove people without immigration status. This was found to be a violation of a federal law against systematic voter removal. There'll be no hand counts required in Georgia, and there'll be no special vetting of overseas voters saying that they lived in Michigan or North Carolina. There are a few going the other day. There's one in Mississippi, although that really doesn't matter that much. And there's some Pennsylvania litigation. We're going to be covering it now, but there's only like 9 days left. So that will, of course, be a focus. In international news here in the SDNY, Mr. Gupta charged with another in a murder for hire for Narendra Modi, an India case. People said actually at the BRICS summit that India is like the best positioned country in the world because it gets along with China. Well, no. Russia and the United States. But the United States is actually saying that India tried to commit a murder inside the United States. So I don't know. Maybe the U.S. is not taking that case seriously. Turns out that the co-defendant, an actual government employee, has been conveniently arrested in India, so he can't be extradited until he faces whatever process they have over there. So there's that. Also at the cusp of international, today begins with jury selection the case of U.S. versus Abdi Cholo Abdullah, charged with an al-Shabaab plot to blow up U.S. airliners. He's been in jail for a number of years in the MDC. He's representing himself. Is he going to get involved in going over the juries? I don't know. He said he's going to go passive, but I've seen him also fight against a video of suicide bombs going in. So we're going to cover that closely. And we will say this. The UN, we continue to cover it, although banned for just such reporting. We reported only this morning a follow-up to our South Sudan exclusive scoop in which a UNMISS employee is charged with selling UN jobs because they're better paid than most jobs there. He charges money and uses the money to renovate and try to rent out to an international NGO, a building in Nairobi. We reported it. We also have the name of an even worse sexual scandal, which we're going to ask the UN about today before their noon briefing. If they don't answer, we're just going to publish because that's how we roll. You cannot block coverage by banning people. Let it be a lesson. Inner City Press, we're going in.